Hello everybody, welcome back for more Let's Play Battletech. Joining me is JKLantern.
Getting ready to have our completely different group of morons as opposed to our usual group of morons.
I just don't want Yang to die. That's my concern.
Yeah. Let me take my Sharpie here, lady. Cross that out. Yang must survive. There we go.
Probably both of them. That's a good reaction. That is a good reaction. I like that reaction.
Yep.
They're piloting Star League battle mechs. We need reinforcements now.
Yeah. Granted, Star League tech is good, but it's still inner sphere tech. I will say that.
But considering compared to what it looks like, they've got a medium and 3 light mechs.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. One of them might be a cicada. I can't quite tell. That looks like one. That looks like a medium here. Light, light, and light. No, maybe that's a Jinner. Jinner is still a light mech, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 35 tons.
But that looks like a Centurion or a Griffin. Commando, maybe. Another Commando, maybe.
Commando's actually produced in the Taurian Concordat for some strange reason.
When we get to a safe distance, I'm going to set off a little surprise I'd like to find for our Taurian friends.
The 732B Highlander.
So the 732B has double heat sinks, another medium laser, and if it existed in game, it would have Artemis for its missile launchers.
I have a funny feeling that giving us heat is... And the Griffin 2 in, okay. Yep, that's a Jinner. So it wasn't 2 commandos, it was a commando and a fire starter. And the BL6 Knight that I have.
Got a sensor trace.
Reynard. Oh, Yang must not be actually piloting one of these.
I think he's just along for the ride.
The Griffin 2 in, what do I got? An ERPPC and 2 SRM6.
And I believe the canon version of this also has an ECM suite. Which, when the game was originally released, the ECM suite wasn't a thing. They added it in DLC, so it's not on this version of the Griffin, unfortunately, but, in MechWarrior Online, Courage had a lot of good luck with this specific version of the Griffin.
Unfortunately, we got to soak up a lot of hits before we get to move.
Not much armor left in that location. Aye, aye.
You're in the Black Knight. So, okay, that's a Shadowhawk, a Shadowhawk, not a Griffin.
Acknowledged. Aye, copy. Inflicted some heavy damage.
So they've got some reinforcements headed this
Reporting
way.
minimal damage. Standing by.
There's a mission in MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries that reminds me of a little bit. MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries takes place much later in the timeline than this, and it's a much different game than this. Sort of a first-person shootery type thing. You're actually piloting an individual mech. Anyway, there's a mission where there's a campaign where you're supposed to be trying to steal a specific mech for House Karita. Now you can do that, and the last mission of that, it's like, you can either go the 3 feet this way and get on the dropship and leave, give them the mech and get a pile of money. Or, you can ignore their dropship, run to the other side of the map through a gauntlet to your dropship, and keep the very shiny mech you now have. Gauss rifle.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to dump all the ammo into the Shadow Hawk, considering he was about to die.
Yeah. Around 3060, the how Steiner invites the Heavy Gauss. The Heavy Gauss has doesn't have as long a range. It does a lot more damage, but only at short range. As the range gets farther out, the damage drops off, which kind of makes no sense compared to all the other weapons in the game, and everybody who plays Battletech makes fun of it. They're like, what, does the Gauss slug, like, release a parachute after so many meters? The Heavy Gauss also has a rule where, like, if you fire it, while moving, there is a chance your mech will fall over from recoil. It is the most Steiner thing that ever Steinered, and in fact, in the 3060s, there is a House Steiner mech, which mounts 2 of them called the Fafnir, and I love it.
Target's taking a critical hit.
So yeah, that custom Atlas 2, yeah, we have one of those. Yay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad we couldn't get down there with ours.
Commander?
So there's another mech that Surratt got off screen that I was going to talk about, but didn't get the chance to because Surratt got much better mechs off screen. One of the mechs he got was the Highlander 733P. Since we have the good Highlander, now's kind of an opportune time. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah?
Now seems an opportune time to talk about the other Highlander we got. So the Highlander was a Star League era mech, and an awesome one.
I missed?
Known for fighting in cities. It has the Gauss rifle. It's great. I love it. But it was produced by Star Corp, and one of the main facilities where it was produced at, on Sun Hoa, got nuked. So, the Highlander, nobody was producing it through the Succession Wars. However, Star Corp, which still existed as a company, issued a license to a company on the planet Corey, Hollis Industries, who created the Catapult and the Battlemaster, to essentially do refits of the few extant Highlanders out there. Nobody had the tech to replace Gauss rifles, endo steel, double heat sinks, any of those things. So they're basically, you could bring your damaged Highlander over to Corey, and they would refit it to the 733, which mounted an AC-10 instead of the Gauss. The 733P was basically, someone had their AC-10 blown off, and they're like, shit, I didn't have a replacement part. And so they swapped in a PPC. So, like, of all the versions of the Highlander that you potentially find on the black market, that would be the one I'm most okay with. Because it's, like, a junky, jerry-rigged, jalopy piece of shit. Compared to, like, the Highlander we have now.
Okay, well, at least that lance is gone.
Tell me what you need. I'll do what you ask.
Unfortunately, I think I have to fight my way through at least 2 more lances, the way this is going.
We are gonna put we're putting a significant dent in the Taurian mech forces. They only have like 11 mech regiments.
Hostile unit down. What do you need? Let's move. All weapons, fire. Nice. Got past
All
the
that and it only lost 1 arm.
Huh, Taurian Enforcer. Interesting. I would expect they would have taken that mech and, like, blown it up because it's a signature Davian mech. But then again, they need all the mechs they can get, so...
I copy. Got it.
Orders. Locking in coordinates. Target confirmed. Hostile removed.
Knockdowns are fun when they don't happen to you.
They really are.
It's a free called shot.
Hey, I'm getting my ass kicked here.
I don't care, you're not
I'm
plot
listening.
important.
You're not Yang.
Copy that.
I got a panther, a scorpion, and a striker. Okay.
I'll do what you ask.
ER lasers are nice, aren't they?
Yes,
Yep.
I'm happy to have them.
Confirmed.
As much as
There's-
you think I shouldn't.
You shouldn't have those, but they're really nice. And so there shouldn't be like an entire division of mechs here sitting waiting for someone to take them. Granted,
For the Oregon
during the
Patrol.
Helm Memory Core debacle, there was a pant load of Starleak mechs available, but they weren't royal quality is the distinction. They were just the regular military ones. Anyway, that being said, like, if these were the only royal mechs here,
Roger that.
I'd be okay with it, because it would be like, oh, huh, there's some weird one-offs
That one's
amidst
gonna
these
leave a
Starleak mechs, because
Yes, Commander.
Alexander Kerensky couldn't take everything with him, believe me, he tried. So, like, us finding one of these in, like, a Lost Tech cache, I'm kind of okay with.
What, Yang, what did you... Let's see what Yang set up here.
If we can't have it, no one
no
can
one
have it.
can.
Makes sense.
Planted demo charges right next to the ammo dump. There's about 1,000 tons of high explosives going at once. Better to blow it up than let them have it.
Which was basically the succession war mindset. I definitely wouldn't want the Taurians to have it. Believe me, when they get mad, bad things happen to people.
Sounds good. I'm moving.
There's a reason I mentioned that the long tom cannon in that fortress can fire nukes.
Yeah.
You anger the Taurians enough, they will use them.
What do you need?
They're possibly the most most nuke happy faction outside of Redacted.
Moving to position.
Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the rock we couldn't cross. Of all the things you could have tried to do.
That could not have been your best option, Panther.
For orders. Copy that. Critical hit, Commander.
Ready for orders. Confirmed.
Cold shot to the nuts.
There are a few of these big mech melee attacks that look like that too.
Yep.
Run as far as you can. I will find you all the same.
Heading out.
The Taurians know how to hold a grudge.
Roger.
And
Apparently,
I kind of love them for it.
Acknowledge.
Actually, at this point in history, the Taurians do actually have limited access to one piece of lost tech. Sometime around now, they
I told you
find a
to die.
warehouse that has samples of ferrofibrous armor in it.
Oh, shit. Incoming!
oh, you jerks. And just blew up a leopard. There was a great military need for him to target it. I'm sorry, I gotta disagree there.
Yeah.
You blow up the support ship, it's still a military vehicle. Yeah, because the Newgrange was a thing too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we kinda did the same thing.
The thing about that... Well, keep going.
Oh, we're not done yet. Oh, good! Now we've got artillery hits.
Yeah, that's how artillery works in the tabletop game.
It works that way in Mech Warrior 5 too.
Yeah, you don't target units. You target areas.
Yes. So all
And
we've
the-
got to do is not get blown up. Okay.
Affirmative.
Again, I love... The Fortress is not necessarily the best dropship out there. It's my favorite, though. And this is why. It has a big fuck-off
Oh.
gun in it.
The secondary landing zone is over there. Okay. So I need to turn around. It didn't exactly make that clear. Just letting you know, you didn't exactly point out where that
Forces
was.
are closing in on you, Lady Urano. Your time is running out.
You're a Commodore. You shouldn't be commanding mech forces. You should be commanding a flotilla of dropships. Including that very sexy Fortress dropship you're in now, sir. Do you have, like, a colonel or a comptroller with you by any chance, sir? Seriously, comptroller is a rank in the Taurian Concordat military.
Yeah.
I am not. Let me think.
I will rain fire on your lance and smile as it.
My major periphery book is right there. Can I reach it? This is gonna be interesting.
Of course we aren't done yet.
Nope.
How's it going?
Yeah, the Taurian officer ranks are, at least for mech warriors,
Coordinates received.
Cornet, Subaltern, Brigadier, Colonel, Comptroller, Marshal.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Standing by. On my way. Double time.
You have my attention. Confirmed.
Luckily, we
Yeah?
look like we are going to be well clear of the artillery strike.
Acknowledged.
Unless it's off by a hex or two, I don't know. I do like the look of that Griffin.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's just the weaponry on it, but you know. Where's the next? There's not another artillery strike yet.
Hey there.
Our artillery ranges are fun in the tabletop game as well. So, the tabletop game, the maps are arranged into hexes. It's hex-based movement, hex-based targeting. So most weapon ranges are like X number of hexes. Artillery weapons are like X number of maps. Like, I think the Long Tom can shoot like 3 or 4 maps away.
No shooting, just running.
Your Griffin isn't as good as ours is. Just saying.
Yeah, but we've lost a lot of armor off of bad places to lose armor.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm on it.
And yes, I'm sprinting everyone up there so they don't just shoot at the guys that are weakened. Also, it gets me extra evasion.
What do you need? Got it.
Luckily, the Highlander and the Atlas are fairly tanky.
Yep.
I love how when we were looking at the Starlink memory core earlier, they're like, oh, there's Rim's World things there, which is interesting. There's the Outworlds Alliance. I'm surprised none of them went, who cares about Outworlds?
Lady Irana, we've got incoming assault mechs.
Just another obstacle to overcome. For the restoration.
Confirmed.
Our Griffin still isn't all that good. It's a problem. Our Griffin
That's your
just
best
isn't
shot.
quite that good.
Ready for orders. On my way. Taking shots. Target's taking a critical hit.
Unfortunately, its critical hit was only a heat sink.